We all think about those holiday gifts, whether it's, the latest electronics or a gift card, and that may be what on top of someone's list. But let's face it, the homemade gifts, the things that we made as kids for our grandparents, our parents, those are the things that are treasured for a lifetime. We're in the Christmas week right now. We have Monica J. Sutton, who is an early childhood educator, and you can find her on YouTube as well too with these amazing videos. Let's talk, last minute, we're trying to get that perfect Christmas gift for our grandparents, for our families, and just to have in our own homes. Let's talk a little bit about what art projects mean, especially, during this time of year.
Absolutely. I think art means, and the project that you can do with the family, it means creating memories and bonding together as a family.
Let's talk a little bit about what art does, for kids' minds, especially in these early, you do a lot with preschool and having them do these projects and work on them and get their imagination going. What does that mean? And how does that help the child develop at this age?
Definitely. It definitely means, just like you said, letting them create and express themselves, because at the early ages, children want to be independent. They want to be heard and seen. And so this is a great opportunity for you to allow them to just create and explore and express. And then you can even talk to them about it after they're finished.
Wonderful. So, all right, so we're going to do a family portrait craft right here. So this is something, I love it already. This is something that kids can do right now leading up to the holidays. Show us a little bit about what you have.
Absolutely. Family portraits are perfect. Painting family portraits are perfect for the holidays. And so you don't need too many materials to get started. You need paint. If you have any kind of paint at home, washable paint, watercolors, you can use anything that you have at home, a paintbrush, a crayon, or even color pencils for drawing, because we're going to draw first, and then you'll need a piece of paper. So I like cardstock, but you can also use construction paper as well.
Wonderful. All right, show us the first steps.
So the first step, draw the picture. This is a great start for children because they really get to decide what it's going to look like, who's going to be included. And once they're finished drawing it, now it's time to bring it to life with some paint. So they get to really choose their own colors and just really enjoy the creative process of painting and bringing it to life.
Now let's talk about some of the images. Let's give a little inspiration to the kids out there. So obviously we can paint, something of that they did this past year, or a favorite memory, or something for the holidays. Talk a little bit about, if you want to give your kids some inspiration, what they can go ahead and do.
Yes, you can tell them, paint your sibling, draw your sibling. What do they look like? What do I look like? But one thing you can also remember, and it's great to note, is that for younger children, they can really start with using shapes. Okay, so it's not too intimidating. They can start with circles for the head and triangles for a dress, or a square for a shirt, rectangles for the legs, things like that. And that can really prompt them and, really guide them and get them excited about creating.
We have two family members there in that photo.
Yes.
How many colors do you want, especially, for the young kids, especially preschool age, they might want to dip their hands and, play with all the different colors. Do you suggest, younger, maybe sticking to one or two colors, or, what's your thought on that?
Well, I say the more the merrier, but you can start with 3 or 4 colors and just have patience, and don't get upset if they mix the colors, because something young children love to do is mix, and that is fine, because again, this is their creative artwork. This is their family portrait and what they want it to look like.
So now we mentioned at the beginning of the interview as far as keepsakes. So as far, so we're painting this right now. Is there any tips that you have as far as making sure that these things last, 5, 10, 15, 50 years so that we can treasure them in the future?
Absolutely, because the memories are so important. After it dries, not only can you hang it up, but you can even frame these. You can frame these. And I know a lot of families that keep them in either, I like to do this, in bags, that like sealable bags. You can also put them in photo albums, or if you have like a little art string and somewhere in the home, you can hang them up with clothespins. There's so many ways to keep these and keep the memories alive.
Awesome. And then as far as giving them as a gift, so let's say, the kid draws this, amazing photo and wants to give it to the grandparents or to an aunt and uncle or to their favorite cousin. Should we wrap them up? Should we just give them to them? What's the best way for presentation?
I love that idea. I would frame it and wrap it up and give it to them. But if everyone is in the home together and doing this together, then after they finish, they can just hand it to them and say, this is for you. And that even opens up a great conversation with family.
That is amazing. Before we go here, I do want to chat a little bit about your YouTube channel as far as some of the content that you can find, especially, with so many kids remote learning and needing a little extra help. You have these great, amazing lessons on there. Talk a little bit about what people can find on your channel.
Absolutely. You can find, of course, more crafts just like this one, but you can also find preschool lessons and even dance parties. And we have one for the entire family coming up on the 30th of this month. Really excited about that. So you can find everything on the Monica J. Sutton YouTube channel.
Oh my goodness, Monica, thank you so much for your time today. Happy holidays. And that's an amazing craft. And you're never too old to do arts and crafts. So I think I'm going to do one of these for my family as well too.
Yay! Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
Happy
you.
holidays.
Happy holidays.